Naman, can you hear me?
He might be in a different engagement. तो मैं कर देता हूँ. Atul Kumar from Bihar, currently in California, founder of Ren Ventures. और कुछ?
So myself, Aditya Mukherjee, I am from Kolkata, and right now I am pursuing BBA at Entrepreneurship from ILIT College. Thank you. So I think Naman is not audible. Okay.
Yeah, I'm audible.
Okay, Naman, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, so my name is Naman Shamsuka. I'm pursuing my ACC London. I am from Calcutta, but currently staying at Bangalore. Thank you.
Okay, so Naman, what do you understand by this entire case study? Can you explain Shadi.com in brief?
Well, Shadi.com is a matrimonial site, or I would say a matchmaking site. Especially we Indians have a thing called arranged marriage, right? So it's a online service which makes that process of finding a groom or a bride faster and a lot more efficient and easier.
Okay, Atul sir, what can you say about Shadi.com?
So as Naman said, कि Shadi.com is a online platform for marriages. So it could be love marriages, it could be arranged marriage, but anybody who wants to get married, so they use platforms like Shadi.com, and there are few other competitors they have too.
Okay, so what do you think is more trending in India right now, arranged marriage or love marriage? Naman, what do you think?
Very difficult to say about this.
Right now, at this generation, do you think arranged marriage or love marriage, which is more trending?
I think arranged marriage is more trending because there are many people who are single than they are lovers.
Atul sir, what do you think?
It's arranged love marriage.
Love marriage?
Yeah.
No, arranged marriage.
Yeah, I also do agree with that point.
Slightly different. Arranged marriage is one, love marriage is different. But now what happens in India is arranged love marriage. So your friends, family, they help, classmates, they help you find somebody, and then you date, you meet, and then you get married.
Arranged love marriage? I didn't understand. Can you explain again?
Yeah. So
Naman can explain.
yeah. So Aritra, what Atul sir is saying is arranged love marriage. That means it's a combination of arranged and love marriage, right? So this generation, we are very careful in choosing our partners, right? We always see like, can this partner will be a perfect fit for us because we'll be spending the rest of the life with him or her, right? So the thing is, now what people do right now is, like, suppose you are the groom and somebody is the bride, your parents have matched that bride with you, right? So now what happens that you spend time together 1, 2, or 5 or 6 months to figure out that are you are you the perfect fit for each other, right? So this is known as arranged love marriage, and in this process you fall in love with the person. You think that you have a doubt, no, that is this person will be a good fit for my rest of my life, will she support or he support me for the rest of the life? So that 6 months you will get to know, like, yes, now, and in that process, in those 6 months, you will either fall in love, or you will, you think that this is not working out, so you break up, right? You will not go further uh, with the process. So that's the thing, that's arranged love marriage.
So, okay, sure. So, during the previous generation, why do you think arranged marriage was more trending during our previous generation? I mean, our father's generation or our grandfather's generation. why weren't they allowed to go for love marriage? Atul sir?
Okay, so it was a little to do with the lack of connectivity, information asymmetry. अभी क्या है कि ना people have internet and people can meet each other through LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, all the social media. Everybody has a smartphone. Earlier, people the only way most people would interact with each other, they will interact in school, college, and workplace, or in the local community neighborhood. But it was hard to find for somebody like say, let's say Naman is in Kolkata and I'm in California. But Naman and Atul, we know each other. Yeah, we all three of us know each other because of internet. So similar thing also for marriages or even for romantic relations की girlfriend boyfriend के लिए भी. So earlier it was hard. So and the other thing about is कि India में marriages was not between just two people, कि like a girl and a boy. It was marriage between two families. So because before marriage, your parents and your other cousins and whoever else, they will do the due diligence on the other family, and from both parties. So from the girl side, they will do the due diligence on the boy's side, and the boy side will do the due diligence on the girl side. And दोनों साइड से ड्यू डिलिजेंस करके तो चाचा चाची मामा मामी भैया जो लोग भी हैं जो भी इंटरेस्टेड उस प्रोजेक्ट में इन्वॉल्व है दे विल ऑल डू द ड्यू डिलिजेंस एंड देन दे विल कि हाँ कि ये मैच होगा द साउंड्स गुड एंड पीपल आल्सो वुड रिस्पेक्ट दैट कि rather than being very individualistic. But as society became more slightly individualistic, especially as most people started working in cities. पहले क्या कि we used to live in villages. So villages में गांव का एक अलग environment था कि everything you do as a community साथ में family. But as people started moving to cities, so let's say somebody is in a small village, but now once he or she goes to Delhi, Calcutta, Bombay, तो वहाँ पे you in a different environment. तो वहाँ पे family has a very small role in your life to play, except on through phone calls and other means. But day-to-day interaction is mostly with the local interaction with your colleagues, your classmates, or whoever. So as that started happening, and Purane wale language mein religion and caste and all those other factors used to play big role. But in the new environment, you meet somebody in your workplace or in your college or in wherever, and if you click well, सामने में बात करके अच्छा लगा, you had some tea, coffee, lunch, dinner, hangout, or you go together for movies or anything. So that process has changed. Earlier, it was slightly hard when people were living more in the rural setting or even cities also, and the connectivity was not that fast. So as society is changing, technologically is becoming a bigger role. So that is why the need for more of these platforms like Sadi.com and all the other platforms. Because पुराने ज़माने में तो family will take care of it, friend, but abhi you need technology to connect with that. And also the scope has increased. So somebody sitting in Kolkata might be very well interested in finding a partner in California, or somebody sitting in Delhi might be find a partner in Bangalore. So for those sort of situations, a bigger audience or target pool, prospect list, you will better to go through online platforms because you are not limited by which geography you are currently situated in. That's it.
Okay, Naman, what do you say?
Yeah, you can repeat just, I was lost in Atul sir's discussion.
Yeah,
So
the
can you
question
repeat the
was
questions once?
Yeah, the question was during our previous generation, arranged marriage was more trending than love marriage. People used to do arranged marriage. They didn't dare to go for any love marriage during our father's generation or our grandfather's generation. So, why do you think it existed at that time,
Mhm.
arranged marriage?
Well, it's very hard to explain because we are actually, I didn't see or I didn't have that experience of arranged marriage. I think Atul sir's experience, not experience, but Atul sir know more than me. But I would say like Yeah, that time it was a different norms. We had different things. Obviously, the connectivity problem is the main factor here. We couldn't connect with the people. We used to have those pundits which acted like a matrimonial, like a broker, just like a matchmaker, or like a broker. I would say matchmaker. A broker seems fine to me. So they were the people who were like doing the matchmaking thing, sort of like that. Because I've seen some movies, it used to happen like if they want to, find a groom or find a bride, they used to call those pundits, those brokers, and as brokers would give them the profile of the bride or groom, right? And then the parents select from those a group of people which one would be good choice, and they set a meeting with both families. That broker will set a meeting if they accept the proposal of having a meet with the both families. So yeah, the process goes like that in arranged marriage, the traditional process. But I think even though the traditional process is slightly more evolving, just like we had a concept, like Atul sir also just said about a concept of arranged loved marriage. So yeah, I think this will evolve naturally, but I do think the ideation which we are getting right now, which we are getting influenced by the Western culture more often, right? So, do you think that India's culture is diminishing, and those cultures should be preserved rather than adopting to the West culture? Do you think?
Naman, is this question for me or
Yeah,
Aitra?
this is question for you also, because you are in California, so I think you would be better. You will be you can better compare about the differences between the Indian culture and the Western culture, and why we are adopting Western culture more, and saying, and very much, there's very diminishing a pattern of the Indian culture, especially in a matchmaking or a wedding area.
So, mm, my view is that it's not about Indian culture or Western culture. It's more about local cultures versus global culture. So, local culture में क्या है कि what a culture of Kolkata is and what a culture of Bombay is very localized. So people in Kolkata will speak in Bengali, and people in Bombay will speak, like Maharashtra will speak Marathi. So very localized type of thing environment. What has changed is in the world is especially among the urban population, educated population in India or across the world, कि because of language like English and because of internet connectivity, the world has become a small village type of thing. Anybody, anywhere can connect with anybody, anywhere, right? So people from Kolkata connecting with people from California and vice versa. So that has changed the game. And in that case, the information asymmetry or gap has come down, and that's where I think technology is the enabler of that. And our topic, he, sorry, I lost the topic thread. What Naman was saying is, you were saying, Naman,
We adopt, we are
Western
going,
culture.
yeah, yeah.
So what I'm saying is, what we are not adopting Western culture or otherwise. It's about people want to adopt whatever is more, whoever is more successful or richer or powerful. So, Abhi, today America is very powerful, one of the most richest country in the world, and powerful. So people aspire to follow those trends. So today, McDonald's and Starbucks and all Apple and Google, all those. So technology-wise, product-wise, America is the current ruling uh, mukhya of the world or the hero of the world. But long back when India was then people from Japan and China used to come to India, for Buddha and all that stuff, for Buddhism and stuff like and other things. So it's more about who has more power, success, and influence. People adopt and adopt it. So it's not people are following People adopt whatever is more successful. Whoever is more successful, more powerful, people like to copy that. That is what's happening. So Western culture also has arranged marriage. Indian culture also has arranged marriage. Naman, in US also, what happens is people family gets very involved. There is a very famous film also. Many of you might have watched that big Italian wedding. I forgot the name. Remember, Naman, that the big fat Greek wedding or something like that. So wedding is a big elaborate arrangement even in Western families too, Europe or England, everywhere. But the same thing is happening, that as people are becoming globalized and people are being spread out, uh, the trend is moving away from hardcore arranged marriage to that arranged love marriage type of thing. I'm sorry if I lost the thread somewhere.
I think
Mitra, bring us back. Yeah, bring us back to the discussion.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah, I think people want to look more cool and smart. That's why they are adopting the Western culture. Because nowadays Indian people or our generation, especially the younger generation, think that being Western would mean they are more smart, they are more modern, they are more stylish. That's why.
Exactly, absolutely agree. And the other thing is that people, let's say the latest jeans, the latest phone, the latest car. So people want to have the latest, right? That is always been the case. But now it's much easier because of technology and TV and all the internet platforms. People can see what is trending across the world. So if somebody tomorrow, I'll give another example, non-Western example. Few years back, if you remember, there was one of the biggest hits song was Gangnam Style. The whole world was singing Gangnam Style. Did any of you remember that? Gangnam Style, that
Yeah, yeah. We do
song,
remember. I think it was one of the largest, one of the hits in the YouTube. So
biggest
it
hits on
was,
YouTube, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
Gangnam Style, and that Gangnam Style is where it's from Korea, right? So
yeah,
a Korean music pop album became the world's topmost pop album. Similarly, France also had a lot of influence because people like France because France has this image of very good about uh, fashion and those sort of things, art and things. So French culture also had a lot of influence. People would like to speak French if possible. English is not that cool anymore. I mean, not that cool. French have created a brand that French pastry, French design, French in that area. France has a pretty strong brand that French are pretty fashionable and designer type of thing.
yeah. It's
US
like
go ahead.
French signifies luxury, right?
Luxury.
Yeah,
So be it a dress or a chocolate, so you would like to have a French chocolate, or you would like to have, or chocolate maybe Swiss chocolate, but French dress, French car, all of them are like fashion
perfume.
symbols. Perfume.
Yeah,
Okay, so Naman, why do you think nowadays there are many people who prefer to remain single than being in a relationship or being get married? So why do you think people prefer to remain single nowadays?
ask Vishal sir that question. He answers it very well.
Matlab?
So ask Vishal sir that question. He will answer it very well.
But Vishal sir is
So
not here, so I have to ask
yeah,
you.
but that's why I'm asking. Why people prefer to be single? Because they think that they can be cheated, or they have experienced that, some pain when they had fallen in love. Or it could happen that people, see other experiences, other people suffer if they had a very bad relationship. They see that this boy or this girl were in love, but now the girl or the boy, they had a very harsh relationship and they finally broke up, and one of the boys or girls went into depression. So those type of events scares, the majority chunk of us, right? And the second thing is also about the maintenance thing. Obviously, when you're in a relationship, you have responsibilities, whether you are staying together or not. there is some responsibility, there is a sense of responsibility in each other's mind, because you have to call, you have to interact, right? So obviously that's a sense of responsibility you have to do. And yeah, that's it. I don't know, but my reason is that I am aware of the situation, I am aware of the some risk, and I frankly to say that I don't have that maintenance cost. So yeah, for now
So why do you
it's
think there
no.
is so much breakup?
Uh, uh, I think what we generally do is like we, sensitize breakups, right? But breakup is actually saying that we are not fit for together. We are not a perfect fit. Because we are not a perfect fit, we have analyzed that we can't cope up or we can't support together. So that's why we break up. I think this majority chunk of people have sensitized that topic, and they have created like if it's a breakup, it's a big thing, but it's none. It's just simply saying that you are not a perfect fit for together. That's the thing, not thing else.
Okay, Atul sir, why do you think people prefer to remain single?
So, as Naman explained pretty well, when you get in a relationship, it has some benefits that you get somebody else to talk to and support you, but it also with come with some responsibilities and liabilities as well. Let's say I want to go for vacation. So if I'm a single, I can go to Paris, I can go to London, I can go to wherever I want to go to. I go to Bangalore or wherever. But if you're in a relationship, then you'll have to discuss together whichever both parties, both girlfriend, boyfriend would like to go, or husband, wife would like to go. So in a relationship, you have some companionship and a partner, but then also comes with some sort of limitations that you can't make an independent choice. You have to consult your, make sure that your partner is also okay with that, or she or he also likes that, whatever the decision you take. So as people have become very very self-centered, so what happens that people get in a relationship without getting to know each other pretty well, and then once they start interacting or maybe living together, and then they figure out uh, that it's not as and then breakups happen. So people rush into a decision and then later on at breakups. But if you take enough time to maybe get to know each other, less chances of breakup, but still that is always possible. And now uh, it is not a taboo anymore. So earlier it used to be a very big thing that somebody has a divorce, or somebody had a breakup, but now breakup has become a pretty usual business as usual.
That's right. So why do you think boys fall in love? Naman.
I think actually we are going out of the topic, right? We will
It is
get back.
about discussion. Anything we can discuss.
Yeah, but
Adi.com
yeah,
is
we
also
are
about
actually,
marriage and breakup. It also includes marriage. So I am
yeah.
talking about that only.
Just repeat the question once again.
Why do you think boys fall in love so easily? I mean, whichever girls they think beautiful, they immediately fall in love. So why do you think that's the problem with boys?
First of all, let me we what we have discussed earlier, that the trend setting, right? So in the boys, in we have a trend like if you have a girlfriend, you are like you are the most savage guy, but somebody doesn't have that girlfriend boyfriend scene. So he is dull, he is boring, he is not worthy. So we have that tape going in our minds, right? So this is nothing but just like a trend, right? And about the girls side, it's more of a, because girls mostly they are very much, you know not that much open minded if you compare it to boys, right? Because they are very sensitive if you compare it with the boys side. And even though if you see, uh, I think like But I haven't seen this situation where the boys are like, they want to, or they are very much eager to fall in love. It's a very less, or I would say it's a very minute percentage which is going on. Yeah. So that's the thing I would say.
Okay, now another question. So why do you think girls consider themselves to be superior than boys? You see, there's a new trend that, honestly speaking, according to my
No,
experience,
I don't think so that we think about like girls are superior, boys are superior. Boys are in fact more superior. They think more superior than girls, but that is not the case here, right?
no,
So
no. What I'm saying is nowadays, many girls try to think that they are superior than boys. They consider themselves to be superior than boys.
they
So
may
why
be
do you
one
think
or
it happens?
two. They may be one or two. That is because of ego on their
Yeah, that's
beauty.
why.
That's
Why is
why.
that ego?
Nothing else. Ego on their beauty. You will see there's a very wide discrimination in girls, right? If somebody is very smart or good looking compared to a normal girl, she will be very proud. She will have much more ego than that girl itself. It's similar to the boys also. We have like, if the boy is good looking, has a very well physique, we will feel something little jealous, like ही यार इसके ये बंदा क्या तो बहुत अच्छा बॉडी है, बहुत अच्छा फिजिक है, पढ़ता भी अच्छा है रे. Just like we see in Student of the Year, those third class movies, we see a Student of the Year, Student of the Year 2. What happens there? It's just like that. Not that much. Student of the Year, Student of the Year 2 is much more. There's much fiction involved, but yeah, to some extent, these are the people who are like, they are very much egoistic. Those type of people. पैसा है, अच्छा बॉडी है, अच्छा शक्ल है, और क्या चाहिए दुनिया में. That's the thing.
So who do you think is more egoistic, boys or girls?
Both are egoistic, man.
More,
Both are
more.
egoistic. If you switch off that recording now, I will say the real thing,
Uh,
because
no, I
it's
cannot
a
switch off the
very,
recording right now. We still have
yeah. So
time.
that's why I won't say.
Okay, okay, sure. Okay, so let me get back to your question. Do you consider Shadi.com as the future of dating app?
That's my question actually. Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that's why I'm asking.
nobody is there. So I told like, or I told like Atul sir was there, so at least ask that question to get back on topic. He left
अरे
that
भाई
single
कुछ
word.
भी डिस्कस कर सकते हैं हम.
वो तो कर सकते हैं, लेकिन भैया वो फिर ना इतना ज्यादा डिटेल में भी नहीं जाना है. यू हैव टू कम बैक ऑल्सो. सो या आई डू कंसिडर देम एज अ फ्यूचर ऑफ डेटिंग ऐप. या.
Why?
Why is like, uh, let's first analyze what is a dating app. It is also a matchmaking service where two strangers meet. But and Shadi.com, what is that? That is also matchmaking service. But in that service, yeah. So in that service, in Shadi.com, parents are involved. Main difference is, in Shadi.com is parents are involved. But in dating apps, the parents are not involved. We both have the permission. We are involved. Right. This is the main difference. So the thing is, the second thing is, in Shaadi.com, like, the future of dating app is not, I don't think so. It's Shaadi.com, because where the families are involved, that is no more a date. That is a perfect relationship which will eventually lead to a wedding. So I don't consider that Shaadi.com is a future of dating.
Okay, so right now I would switch off the recording and ask you the question. Okay, so thank you for coming, Naman.